Hello, I'm Jacob Heimovitz, and I gotta tell you something. Since last June in 2023, I got a new Denon AVR S970H 7.2 channel Dolby Atmos and DTSX premium home theater surround audio video receiver that I hooked up to my 1-year-old Klipsch 5.1.2 channel Dolby Atmos and DTSX premium home theater surround audio video receiver. No, said it wrong. In June 2023, on June 10th, 2023, I bought the new 2022 model Denon AVR S970H 7.2 channel Dolby Atmos and DTSX premium home theater surround audio video receiver, which came out in late 2022, in the fall of 2022, and it got very good reviews from critics, users, fans, and customers. And they say the sound quality is very awesome. It's got a lot of great bass, treble, mid-range vocals. It's got really great sound. And on June 11, 2023, I hooked it up to a 1-year-old Klipsch 5.1.2 channel Dolby Atmos premium home theater surround sound speaker system with speaker wires, and took us about an hour to set it up. And the TV I have is an LG OLED 4K HDR Dolby Vision Smart TV at 55 inches, the B6 from 2016. That didn't have Dolby Atmos, just Dolby Digital via HDMI ARC, but it only had 4K HDR Dolby Vision, meaning my smart TV, my built-in smart TV apps on the TV, my built-in smart TV apps on the TV didn't have Dolby Atmos, just Dolby Digital, or it's only able to output Dolby Digital. So I have an Apple TV, 4K HDR, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, smart streaming media player connected to the receiver. I have an Oppo 203 4K UHD Blu-ray player connected to the receiver that has HDR, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, DTSX, and other lossless, uncompressed, high-definition surround soundtracks, and my dish cable box connected to the receiver. And all Denon Dolby Atmos receivers, including the S970H, comes with a extremely high quality, high performance, high resolution, high fidelity, high-end room correction calibration software EQ technology called Odyssey. It's one of the higher end, high quality, luxurious room correction software technologies out there, but Dirac is number one on the most sophisticated ones. And I gotta tell you something. The sound quality, and I used to have an old Onkyo Dolby Atmos receiver called the TXSR444. It's got 7.1 channels of Dolby Atmos, and I'm at 5.1. It's a 7.1 channel receiver with 5.1.2 channels of Dolby Atmos, and it doesn't have all the features that my new receiver had. So I still have the Onkyo TXSR4444. I might give it to someone whether it's a family member who's moving out, or even to a friend, or I'll give it away. But I gotta tell you something. It took me a year to get the sound quality very accurate and very lifelike and very realistic and rich and great and fully detailed. Originally, last year when the sound was working, not only when I connected my Apple TV connected to the receiver, I finally got Dolby Atmos to work on its smart streaming TV apps on the Apple TV, whether it's Apple TV Plus for Saving Private Ryan, Netflix, Disney Plus, and so much more. And I got Dolby Atmos to work flawlessly on the Apple TV media player connected to the receiver, and originally secondary audio was turned on while watching 4K or HD Blu-rays with DTSX and Dolby Atmos. But once I turn off, I'm sorry, it didn't output Dolby Atmos or DTSX because of secondary audio turned on. So when I turn off secondary audio, I got DTSX content to work, and Dolby Atmos is still works, but it says Dolby Audio 2 HD. But it says that the active speakers show that the Dolby Atmos speakers, the fronts, the center, the surrounds, and subwoofer are all working very flawlessly, despite the fact that it's on multi-channel stereo. But it's still outputting Dolby Atmos. It's not syncing a little well or accurate. So I love my Klipsch and Denon 5.2 channel traditional premium high quality Dolby Atmos and DTSX home theater surround sound speaker system with the receiver, and my LG OLED 4K HDR Dolby Vision Smart TV with my Apple TV with 4K HDR Dolby Vision Dolby Atmos media player, and my 4K UHD Blu-ray player from Oppo with Dolby Vision HDR Dolby Atmos DTSX and other HD uncompressed lossless surround sound formats, and dish cable box connected to the receiver via mostly HDMI 2.1 ER connections. And they sound really, really good. I can hear a lot of sound objects flying above my head when I'm watching a lot of high octane movies and shows, because my ceiling is not high. It's only 8-foot flat ceiling that in which the Klipsch upward firing Dolby Atmos DTSX speakers mounted or that comes with, my Klipsch floor standing speakers do come with both front firing speakers with tweeter and woofer, and it comes with 2 upward firing high elevation loudspeakers for Dolby Atmos and DTSX with 2 woofers and tweeters. So they bounce. My upward firing speakers come with each with a woofer and a tweeter for Dolby Atmos DTSX. They bounce off my 8-foot flat ceiling down to listener. It sounds extremely amazing, but not everyone wants to buy a traditional Dolby Atmos or DTSX premium home theater surround sound speaker system with an audio video receiver and speakers and speaker wire. If you wanna buy a traditional premium home theater surround audio, if you want to buy a traditional premium home theater surround sound speaker system with Dolby Atmos and DTSX that come with an audio video receiver, that whether it's 7, 9, or 11 channels, remember, you need to buy a receiver with Dolby Atmos or DTSX that costs $2,500 or less, and buy a pair of bookshelf speakers that cost no more than $800 each or per pair. Make sure you buy floor standing speakers that cost $800 or $800 per pair. I'm gonna buy floor standing speakers that cost $800 each per pair. No, said it wrong. You should buy floor standing tower speakers that cost $800 each. Buy a center channel that costs $600 each. Buy a center channel that costs $600 each or $800 each. Buy a subwoofer that costs $800 to $600 to $500, and buy a speaker wire. So you'll get a really great sound quality, but you do need tons of money left over. And don't forget to buy a new 4K HDR OLED TV at 55, 65, or 77 inches. And remember, don't waste all your money on buying a Klipsch or I said it wrong. Don't waste all your money on buying a high-end, high-quality Dolby Atmos DTSX premium home theater surround sound speaker system. Buy a receiver. I would recommend buying the Denon AVR S970H because it got very great reviews, and even though it didn't win a lot of awards, try buying the Denon AVR X 2800H. That one cost under $1,500, and that got very great reviews. It won a lot of awards for groundbreaking, great sound quality. It's really great sound, and the Denon AVR 1070H is still great, and it's got really great sound quality, and both of them have Dolby Atmos, DTSX, 8K, 4K HDR, and Dolby Vision. And you should buy it with Klipsch 5.1.2 channel Dolby Atmos DTSX premium home theater surround sound speaker system. When it comes to the Denon AVR 1070H cost around $800. Basically, the best Dolby Atmos DTSX audio video receiver with 7 channels under $1,000 is the Denon AVR 1070H, the Onkyo TXNR6100, which is also great, the Sony AN1000, which has much better high-quality 3D object-based multi-dimensional moving spatial surround sound quality and room correction software. And it also has the Sony AN1000 has a very high quality, extremely great 3D object-based spatial moving multi-dimensional surround sound room correction calibration software technology, and the new Pioneer and Dolby Atmos DTSX audio video receiver should be good. It costs $500 something, but even some of the Yamaha Dolby Atmos receivers that have DTSX, HDR, Dolby Vision, that is really good. That costs under $1,000. I'm not sure if they're in stock, but you can buy it online. They might be in stock, but try buying if you want to spend a little more money for 9 channels. If you want a 9-channel Dolby Atmos receiver, you need a 5.1.2. You need a 5.1.4 or a 5.2.4 channel Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound speaker system. You should buy a Onkyo TXNR1000. It's a very great Dolby Atmos DTSX surround sound audio video receiver. It's got Dirac step above. It's a very sophisticated, extremely great room correction software technology. You should buy with a Klipsch, Dolby, or the company's speakers that have Dolby Atmos DTSX. That doesn't cost too much money. And you should buy Marantz Dolby Atmos DTSX receivers that cost between $1,200 to $2,500, and buy two channel. If you buy the 2500 Marantz or Denon or Onkyo Dolby or other Dolby Atmos DTSX receivers, try getting 2 speakers that are bookshelf that cost around $600 per pair. Then later buy a center surrounds bookshelf and upward firing speakers. You'll get very great sound quality. And don't forget, make sure all of them got very good reviews, not bad or mixed reviews. Make sure they're very good, and you gotta make sure that your ceiling is 8-foot flat ceiling. If not, try mounting your speakers all the way higher if your ceiling is higher than 14 feet. If your ceiling is angled, slanted, beamed, cathedral, or less than ideal ceiling, then try mounting the speakers very high above the TV to get this Dolby Atmos DTSX 3D spatial object-based surround sound effect for better results. But not everyone wants to buy I would stay away from Dolby Atmos soundbars because they don't sound as good as a traditional home theater surround sound speaker system. Even though many people say on the internet or on internet articles or on YouTube or experts that soundbars are more popular and easier than audio video receivers and speakers, that's not accurate, because soundbars are not popular for audio fans. They're very popular for people who want something that sounds better than their TV speakers, or something that sounds easier to set up, and it's very convenient. Home theater surround sound audio video receivers And loudspeakers are very popular for people who love sound quality and want something that sounds the closest they can get to a movie theater. I doubt that audio video receivers and loudspeakers will be obsolete. But if you want something, if you want something that sounds the same as a Dolby Atmos DTSX receiver and speakers and a Dolby Atmos DTSX or IMAX movie theater, but don't want to spend tons of money on audio video receiver and speakers and wiring, try getting the Nakamichi Shockwave series, not the Dragon series, or even the Sony HD A9 series, the wireless home theater surround sound speaker system with Dolby Atmos DTSX that came out in 2019, 2021, 2022, or 2024. Nakamichi has made extremely great, high-quality, iconic, sophisticated audio since 1948 to present. They made 6 high-quality, high-end, high-performance, high-fidelity, high-resolution, highly sophisticated Dolby Atmos and DTSX premium home theater surround sound speaker systems under the speaker systems that are soundbar-based systems with subwoofer or 2 of them or 1 of them, and 2 or 4 surround speakers under the Shockwave series. The Nakamichi Shockwave series has changed the soundbar industry and the home entertainment industry. Those soundbars are not just soundbars; they're wireless premium home theater surround sound speaker system that gives you immersive, high quality, sophisticated, advanced, amazing, awesome, room filling, dynamic Dolby Atmos DTSX movie theater surround sound quality without spending money on a receiver and speakers for a lot of money. Basically, the Nakamichi Shockwave series have been highly acclaimed by critics, users, customers, and fans. And the Nakamichi Shockwave Pro is the entry-level model. It's got 7.1.4 channels of Dolby Atmos DTSX, got a soundbar with 3 channels in the front that have which has 2 full-range woofers, 2 side-firing tweeters that bounce on up walls and ceiling. It's got a big subwoofer and 2 two-way rear speakers. The mid-range model is the one with 2 subwoofers, the same soundbar, and the same 2 surround speakers from the Nakamichi Shockwave Pro, called the Nakamichi Shockwave Elite. And the flagship model that has 2 subwoofers, 4 two-way rear speakers, and a soundbar that makes everything the first 2 Nakamichi Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround soundbar speaker systems great. I mean, the Nakamichi Shockwave Ultra flagship model takes everything what makes the previous model so great and adds it to a whole another new level. It's the most amazing, sophisticated, high tech, high quality Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound bar based system. It's got high quality immersive sound from Dolby Atmos DTSX. All the Nakamichi Shockwave series, you can position them as upward firing speakers, but the soundbar already has probably has upward firing speakers that bounce on walls and ceiling. So if you want to, and it also comes with 2 subwoofers, but those have really great sound. And don't buy the Nakamichi Dragon that has Dolby Atmos DTSX and a Dolby Atmos home theater surround soundbar speaker system. It didn't get good reviews in the Nakamichi Shockwave series, and it's very, very expensive. It's $3,200 to $4,000. It's super expensive. It's a scam. The Nakamichi Shockwave Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround soundbar the Nakamichi Shockwave Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround soundbar based system series sound very great. They're legit, but if you want something that's discreet, try buying the Sony HD home theater surround soundbar systems. Try buying the Sony HD A9 or the Sony Broadway Theater Quad, the HD A9 M2. Those are high quality, high performance, high end, high resolution, high performance Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound speaker series. It's a wireless home theater surround sound speaker system. It's got 4 speakers that makes a it does have a phantom center speaker. It's a very great Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound speaker system that got very great reviews. But make sure you buy with a subwoofer. It costs $2,000 to $2,500 on the 4 speakers. But try getting a subwoofer to max out the high-end, low-end bass. Try buying the subwoofer to max out the very great low-end bass. The Sony HD A9 is such a great Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound wireless speaker system that sounds very great and sounds very great. It's like it works well with Sony 4K HDR OLED TVs. And the Sony HD A9 M2 is another great Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound wireless speaker system. It's so amazing. Is that it sounds like you're at a Dolby Atmos DTSX or IMAX movie theater. But the Nakamichi Shockwave Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround soundbar based system series sound very great. Because I would recommend buying the AV receiver. I meant the Sony HD A9 and HD A9 M2 Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound speaker system series is not a soundbar. It's not a soundbar and surround speakers. It's just 4 speakers that create a Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound speaker system combined with a subwoofer. It's gonna sound very great. It's gonna sound much better than soundbars. Even the Nakamichi Shockwave Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround soundbar based system series will sound way better than soundbars. If you want something that sounds like a movie theater, whether it's Dolby Cinema, IMAX Laser, or even DTSX movie theaters, but if you want the Sony HD A9 and HD A9 M2 is extremely highly immersive, high quality. It's extremely great. It's got very great 3D object-based spatial multi-dimensional moving surround sound processing and upscaling and room correction software technology. Even the Nakamichi Shockwave Dolby Atmos DTSX premium home theater surround soundbar based speaker system series has extremely great 3D object-based spatial moving multi-dimensional sound processing, upmixing, and room optimization technology. It's gonna sound very great. Basically, that it's gonna make Dolby Atmos movies, DTSX movies, and 5.1 or stereo content or mono content sound very great. If you want to spend money on a Dolby Atmos DTSX, if people want to spend money on an extremely high performance, high end, high fidelity, high resolution, high performance, high end, high immersive, and awesome, amazing, great, rich room filling Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound speaker system, but you want the sound quality to very much sound very similar to and rival your nearby IMAX laser theaters, Dolby Atmos movie theaters, or DTSX theaters, and don't want to spend tons and tons of money on wiring the speakers to a receiver, then try getting the Nakamichi Shockwave Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround soundbar-based sound system series, or the Sony HD A9 M2, or the Sony HD A9 Dolby Atmos DTSX home theater surround sound wireless speaker system series. That way it'll be very easy to set up, and it will sound very great. That's it. Bye. And don't forget, if you want better sound quality, try getting a receiver and speakers, and don't spend too much money. If you want easy setup but want much better sound quality, try getting the Nakamichi or Sony wireless Dolby Atmos DTSX premium home theater surround sound speaker system series, not the Sony soundbars. Bye.